Now I feel complete, I thank this village for receiving me. Hey, it takes a village to build what we doing. When they found me all defeated, depleted and ruined, they rebuilt me from the ground like they salvaging ruins. I'm just grateful for my blessings, how God has been moving. Yeah, it takes a village to build what we doing. When they found me all defeated, depleted and ruined, they rebuilt me from the ground like they salvaging ruins. I'm just grateful for my blessings, how God has been moving. Yeah.
Think I figured out the formula to succeeding. Family dinner at the table, they make sure that I'm eating.
What up, what up, what up?
Oh, yes, sir. Good. I
Cups
see
and
you on
Cabo.
here. Cups
It's
and
been a while,
Cabo.
right? Cups and Cabo to my pull up.
Pull up, family.
You already
I
know.
feel like we just always streaming like the debates and stuff, which is crazy.
Yeah,
but now we got a whole president.
we got a whole new president, vice president. You dig?
Dang.
Yo, listen, if y'all in the room right now, do me a favor, whether you're on Facebook or YouTube, just do us a favor and press that good old share button. And make sure you share that link so that people could join the conversation. It's huge things in store today. Obviously, we have a new president-elect and a vice president-elect, which is game-changing for the next 4 years or 4 to 8 years of our lives. So go ahead and press share this with your friends. Do me a favor, tag people that you know, because this is an important conversation and we join in a national conversation. And that's how you feeling? Go ahead.
Nah, I know it's Chris. So like today I've been watching like all like the late night shows and the Tonight shows and like Saturday Night Lives and stuff. And it's just like the world is really happy. Like US is so happy right now that we have a whole new president. And it's just like, you're saying like we watch TV all the time and we may laugh at these, comedians, but we don't know if they like really for us and like they really outside like cracking jokes and like, yeah, like it's about time he get out of there. I'm just like, that's lit. Like that's
right.
Lit. Like
I'm just mad excited, and I'm just so excited to be excited. And we're gonna talk about this obviously, but I just remember as people start joining in, y'all don't forget to share this video, man. Like, comment, share, and make sure that people subscribe to our YouTube channel. But while people are joining in, like Ness, it's just crazy because I remember like 4 years ago when Trump got elected, I literally cried. Like I'm tearing right now thinking about it. Like that's how crazy it is. Like literally my water ducts and tear ducts are like watered. So it's just a dope, thing or whatever. So I'm super duper excited. Joel Garland says the happiness for me. But I cried. Like I cried so bad. I wasn't like boo-hooing, but literally tears were coming down my eyes. Like, yo, what is this world going to be? Oh my gosh. So literally to just have this transition, it's just so dope. So I'm looking forward to it, man.
Right. That's a fact. I'm not going to hold you. I never forget when he won. I was sleeping. I woke up in the middle of my dream and I seen that Trump won. And I was just like, nah, I literally prayed that hopefully it was a nightmare and went back to sleep, woke up at 6 a.m. like, damn, it's for real, for real.
Right.
He out of there and he putting up a fight though. I'm not going to hold you. And that whole fight that he putting up has kind of got me like, come on.
Right. There's a whole fight he putting up because you know how toddlers are, man. Like when you don't get your way, you kick, you scream, and some people are still losers. It is what it is, but we're gonna get into that again, y'all. Shout out to everybody who's watching. Make sure you share this video. Make sure you like. Make sure you comment. Tag your friends in the comments, especially for my friends on Facebook. And the same thing for YouTube, man. All right. So let's make sure we are sharing the video. Ness, you want to tell them why today is a special episode? What's different about today's episode and all of that?
So today's episode, like, we not that hungry. Like, you know, Maine and I, we be chefing it up. So it is. I'm just gonna get a straight up whole entire entree today. Like, this is a conversation. This is our lives are now in the hands. Well, still in the hands of whatever, but you know, our lives are gonna be turned over to someone else's in someone else's jurisdiction on January 20th. You know what I'm saying to you? So it's just like, this is a discussion. Like, we got to make some demands. We got to, you know, write on forums, tweet him. We got to let him know what we really want, because it's just like, I feel like he's going to take the initiative for sure. But like, we can't let up. We can't just be like, somebody else. Let's sit back, put our feet up.
Right.
Nah, 2020 showed us some shit.
It did.
We got to go.
And today's just different, man. Like, we have no flash news. We're getting straight to business. There's no appetizer. We're getting straight to business. We got an entree, and depending on time, we might have a little dessert for y'all to just sweeten it up a little bit. But really, today we're focusing on the 2020 election. So again, just one more reminder: just share this video. Go ahead and tag your friends in the comments. I appreciate the views going up. Thank y'all so much for listening. We appreciate it. And you already know it's a prerequisite for the show. So make sure that y'all go ahead and grab your drinks. If you didn't get a chance to, grab your drinks right now. You said what?
That looks like what I'm drinking, to be honest.
Does it? What you drinking today? And shout outs to the numbers climbing. Let's go, y'all. Let's go. Strategy worked. But all right. So what you drinking today?
I'm drinking some brandy. You know, I like my liquor dark. Like, if you know me, I drink.
Wait, say that one more time. What you drinking?
I like my liquor dark.
But what are you drinking?
Some brandy. So I like my liquor dark, like either like whiskey, cognac, or brandy for like, you know, just to keep it like that. But like, got some brandy. It's basic, and I got some cranberry raspberry for a little splash. But my brandy up to here, so I don't want to hear nothing from you tonight, man.
I'm just saying, because you usually be mad, like, you know what I'm saying, mad slow with it, like trying to babysitting ass drinker. I hate it.
So I'm up here with it.
All right, so I got brandy as well. I got brandy up to here. It's brandy, lemon juice, and then it's like a Arnold Palmer kind of drink mix, and then a couple of berries. Strawberries, blueberries, and grapes, and we out here. So
look at you with the fruits in the crib.
I mean, try to do what I can, keep that immune system up.
I know, I hear that. I bet we're gonna get right into it.
Yo, so real quick, cheers to a good episode, even though I just took a sip.
Wow, that's crazy.
I almost took another sip before.
That's crazy. Cheers to a good episode. Click, clink.
Click, clink.
Yes, dark liquor always winning. This tastes like somebody's medicine.
Oh, you gotta do that differently then. Add the little medicine on that. I'm with the dark white liquor has me on the catwalk, laugh my ass if I'm done. Joel Rollins says, I miss the old bartender. That's shade as hell and funny. Ginger said, cheers. And Selima said, damn, that drink sounds good, man. You already know, Selima. Thank you, Celine, for joining. We appreciate all of y'all.
Team dark liquor. Like, let's go. All right, so y'all know what's up. We got a new president, y'all.
We got a whole new. You know what? You know what? Before we get started, even talk about this, let's just real quick.
I wish I could see me bouncing around over here because it's crazy. It's me. Maybe at home waking up from naps like.
Put a little magic on that. You know, y'all already know, marketing director, my 9-to-5 day jobs. You know, it's what. All right. So let's hop straight on into it. So, yo, Nas, we have a new president and vice president elect for 2021. Talk to me about it. How do you feel? How did that make you feel? What are you thinking? Like, let's just get into it.
All right. So if y'all remember, I was like playing devil advocate before for this whole election. Like, you know, it's worse, is the worst of evil, blah, 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 blah. I literally drove 3 hours home just to vote. That's how serious I was about this election.
She did. That's a whole
Because I
fact.
was like, I can't afford for my ballot to be lost in the mail. I was not with it.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. So I don't care about anybody else, to be honest with you. Every time someone wins that I vote for, I feel like I did it. So I feel like it's a selfish piece of me, but I'm happy I won it for us. You feel me?
That's right.
But in the bigger note, I'm happy that I thought all right, let me back up. The way that 2020 went, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, damn, this is evil. Like, it's so much evil amongst the land.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we know what we see overseas in other countries, right?
Mm-hmm.
But for it to be happening in our land on like a daily basis with COVID, numbers going up, nobody's not caring for us, people finances is cut off. I'm grateful that mine didn't, but like just to see our people suffering was bothering me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was really into me. Like, and this election had me kind of nervous because when it first started, every state was red, bro. And I was like, how? Like, how? People was not playing around, and how is everything red, right? Mm-hmm. But then so I was panicking. I was having anxiety, but I didn't want to, let it phase me. But as time went on, things started turning blue. I was like, thank the Lord. And then once, they called it quits, the election was in like a standoff for like a few days. Once they called that, Biden got it, I was like, you know what, America? We not as evil as I thought, but we not as I thought. Like, we really, like, so much people had to come out of their own shell to realize, one, if they're racist or not, two, what's inhumane and what's not humane, what's for the greater good of this land, four, Black Lives Matter, you know what I'm saying? Right. Five, I hate the person in the White House anyway. They don't give a damn about me either, even though I'm white. Like, a lot of stuff was just unraveling for this election. And I'm just grateful that, like, we really have a lot of allies. Like, this election made me say, oh shit, we got mad allies.
Yeah, I feel like for this election, I feel like, man, all right. So if y'all know me, super duper into politics, man. I actually went to college. I forget this all the time, actually. But I went to
college. You funny.
No, fool, that's not what I meant. But I'm saying I went to college for originally political science, and then I switched my major to communications and business, and took the marketing route. But like deeply into politics. So literally I was like in that bitch watching, waiting from November 3rd throughout the day. I'm going on YouTube, typing in election 2020 live results, then literally following it day after day after day. Yo, when Saturday it dropped that they won, or that the electoral votes were 273 at the time, man, oh man, like, yo, the whole, like, I was just so happy. I remember calling 5 to 7 different people back to back about how excited I was, how happy I was, how it made me feel. And it's not necessary, this honestly isn't Democrat versus Republican for me. I'm going to be very honest. This is the world and the betterment of the world against Trump, to be honest. And that's just how I feel about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to, like, there was a meme that said something like, yo, we can disagree over, I'm making this up and butchering it, but we can disagree over a bag of chips and flavors, but we can't disagree about, we can disagree over small things like chips and flavors and blah, 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 and still be friends, but we can't disagree about racism, sexism, transphobia, whatever, and still be friends. And that's kind of how I feel. Like, for me, it's not necessarily me against Republicans, it's me against Trump, or the world against Trump, or, because yo, bro was wilding. Always division. The riots, then, and I'm not going to get into that real quick. I'm not going to get into that. But people want to talk about he can't denounce white supremacists. Talking about there's good people on both sides in Charleston. He's calling our military stupid, who are the people who are like, or fools or idiots or whatever the word was. And these are people literally fighting for our lives every day while me and you asleep up here sipping drinks. We got people literally in different countries, in different areas, in the United Emirates, just waiting to just make sure that we good. And
yo,
crazy.
Yo, And this man wasn't given a flying. He wasn't caring about anybody.
But call him handsome, call him cute, call him great, call him amazing. Some woman did that on the debate. She was like, "You're just so handsome. You're just so," and he was just like, "Yeah, nice woman, great woman." I'm like, anybody who gives you a compliment. But my point is, it's just like, it was so dope to me. It was like, literally, I woke up with new hope. I woke up with new feeling to fight. I woke up like, damn, everything that we did. Ness, we spent your 30th birthday, marching in a Black Lives Matter protest with over 11,000 people during a pandemic. Thank God every single person had a mask. Thank God. And we did that. We made history and we're a part of history. And now we're a part of and now we're witnessing another part of history. So literally all of that really adds up to me. It means so much to be a Black man of color, and to be a part of so many other minority groups. So that shit was everything for me. One of the things that really stood out to me, though, was the way that America came out and just partied in every city. You saw those videos? What you thought when you saw the videos of like people all around the country like partying and like hyped and excited?
I was hyped because I was like, I love unity. I'm a sucker for unity. I don't care if a bunch of ants come together and say we're gonna take over somebody's porch. I'm with unity, right?
That's mad funny.
Right? But like, so to see that, I kind of felt left out because they wasn't doing that up here. You know what I'm saying? We live up here. We live in the red part of New York. You know what I'm saying? But like the way Manhattan was showing out, the way Brooklyn was showing out, the way Queens was showing out, like they was throwing parties, the way the world was showing out. It's like, yo, I love it because I felt like it was so disrespectful to Trump that I just enjoyed every bit of it. Like that is a bad feeling to see the world rejoice, not just your own land, not just your own country, but the entire world rejoice that you're gone. Like he's literally like the new Saddam Hussein. Like literally, the world was like, get him out of here. He gotta go. So that made me feel good. The disrespect of it made me feel great.
I feel that. Ginger says, I love the reserve we, the Democrats, showed and then let loose when we won. I agree, man. You know, like there's, you know, certain Trump supporters who are out angry, you know, causing division, some cases burning flags and all these things. And it's just like to see, it's just a freaking two different, it's like night and day. You got one person who's like angry, hatred, division. You got one person who's like bringing together unity, soul of our country. And I just feel so good. Not to mention, again, how you were talking about how everybody was acting. Let's just roll a clip really quickly so we can just show y'all how people were turning out for Joe Biden and Kamala Harris's big win when the announcement was made. Let's take a quick look.
For all the worries about this taking time, Americans have made their choice. Joe Biden will be the next president of the United States.
It's one of the great days in American history.
All over the place, man. Phoenix, New York, California. Look at this.
I got something to say, though.
I am happy because Biden-Harris won and enough of the division under Trump.
This is the White House. This is the prize. And Joe Biden getting into that house has ended up being one of the biggest electoral turnouts in over a century.
This is what we needed.
I'm not going. You know what also made me hype that we not touch up on? Yo, I love Twitter and I love Black Twitter. I love Black social media because the jokes that were in those memes, it's like we really could find the light in anything and everything.
And that you know what that comes from, though, right? Because remember, back in slavery days, slaves took to dancing, celebrating, and praising God or their word or whatever they believed in, and it was always in unity. And that's why it's been such a big part of Black American culture, because we've inherited. That was the only way when we being stripped of our culture and our language and all that. All we got is each other and music, and you know that's how soul food happened, getting the scraps from the masses. That's how music happened. You know, banging on garbage cans and making music. Like and that's why we always do what we got to do.
MVT Printing. No, I did not hear about the truckers going on strike, but they'll be all right.
So real quick, right?
Yes, sir.
what was all right? So we know that at some point it was 273 to about 214, and that's kind of where it was. And then I think there was an updated electoral votes.
Yeah, because not all the states reported when they announced that Biden was president. Not all states were reported. They were waiting for 2 more states to get Biden over the 270 hump.
And that was Georgia and Pennsylvania, right?
Yeah, but there was mad states that were still like
still unclaimed,
shaded like a light shaded blue. Wish I could pull it all up again. I can't really see it. Matter of fact, I do have a picture. So, it was Pennsylvania. So we was waiting on Pennsylvania, Nevada, Arizona, and Georgia.
But the big ones were the ones who have the more electoral points, with the Pennsylvania and Georgia.
Exactly. So we waiting for those. We got them. But however, it's literally a landslide. Like Joe Biden has now, because everything is reported now, but we're not getting like, oh, look, he's still winning. Joe Biden's at a 306 electoral college votes.
And all you need is 270 to win.
Landslide. Get him out of here.
Out. So this is my thing. Because if you remember properly, right, you remember that Joe Biden, all right, so Trump was like, yo, mail-in ballots are fraudulent. Don't do it. They're going to steal the election from us. He discouraged his base from voting in mail-in ballots. If you remember, the day of, Trump led in the amount of people who showed up, but Democrats and Biden led in the amount of people who did mail-in ballots because they've been mailing in for some people months beforehand. Yeah. So I want to ask the first social media moment, all right? And our social media moment for anybody who's a new viewer is an opportunity where we ask you guys a question. We give you about 40 seconds to respond. During that time, we usually play music from a local artist. And we just want to, gauge the conversation, all right? So the first social media moment of the night is coming shortly. All right. So the social media moment, first social media moment of the day is Joe Biden took the lead in mail-in ballots. Do you think Trump's mail-in ballots are fraud narrative hurt his chance of winning? All right. So again, Biden took the lead in mail-in ballots. Do you think Trump's mail-in ballots are fraud or fraudulent? His narrative, do you think that hurt his chances of winning? All right. You guys have 40 seconds to respond. In the meantime, in between time, let's go ahead and enjoy some tunes or a video from a local artist.
So I'm about to play. My boy went to elementary school, junior high school with him, everything with him. In light of the election, let me stop this. I'm so sorry, y'all. I'm gonna run it back. In light of the election, let's rejoice in this wonderful victory that we had. You dig?
I dig.
So it was acoustic performance.
By the name of Kadeem Bourne. And to my left, you see what's going on. We got this wave in the building. You see it. I just wanted to.
Come on, bro.
I want to share something with y'all. It's a little story about victory. Yeah.
It didn't start yet, and I like it.
Bottom and make our way to the top. And we like a stampede of rhinos because we just can't be stopped. In the midst of dying from cops, realize that all we got. All we need is knowledge and Glocks. All we need is love and some pot. All we need is acres and lots. We gotta rewrite the plot. I gotta play my position, cause my fingers been itching. I just been working, no wishing. It's time to start the ignition. Push this bitch to the limit. Ain't no lacking, you kidding? Ain't no backing out, ain't no turnaround. I still pray to God I don't get gunned down. Heard another one down, it's dark like sundown. So many gray clouds, I wanna see sun now.
25 seconds left, y'all.
I wanna see change. Fuck that hate, we wasn't born to be that way. Black or white, green or blue, we all the same. Emancipated, but somehow we still chained. But We don't let up, we won't give up. This that gas for you to fill up. Come on. I'm trying to make it home for dinner. But right now I'm with the kid out. So I'm rolling. If you rolling, I'm with it. Let's get it. I'm locked in. If you load it, all we got in the end is all of these moments. I ain't got time to waste. See, I'm wide awake. Been getting by, I'm really trying to fly today. Going outside.
Makes me so happy that people love this.
Yeah, that's my guy, yo. From the hood.
I'm literally have tears in my eyes. I don't know why I'm a little beat out today.
I really want y'all to hear the audio, like the regular audio is nuts.
Yelling, please don't.
While y'all enjoying, don't forget to get your comments for the question.
No more.
Yeah, y'all
got too much to lose, so I leave it in the booth. Fuck a racist, fuck a killer cop, and fuck the judge too. I guess nobody loved you. I guess nobody hugged you. I guess you never put yourself in anybody else. I guess I'm really in the land of the free. You can't be black and be all you wanna be. Yesterday a nigga died for no reason. Just yesterday a nigga died for no reason.
You gotta close that out. Yo, that's mad funny. Sorry, we was vibing. I was feeling it. All right, so let's go ahead and as y'all continue getting your comments in, again, shout outs to the people on Facebook, shout outs to the people on YouTube, and let's get into it. So
Y'all all talking about the song. Y'all wasn't even answering the question.
Right.
Come on, where y'all at?
But I know it's by I dropped to the floor. I'm trying to even get back to where we were. All right. Okay. All right. So I think this was interesting, by the way. So it says Georgia has been flipped, and I've been asked to make shirts that say Georgia, which I think is pretty interesting. And for y'all who don't know, Georgia has been a red state since 1990. Well, excuse me. The last time they were a Democratic state was 1992. The last time they voted blue was in 1992. Got bars. All right. Ginger always praying Rooney says, of course it did, but he bit his nose off and spitted it in his own face.
Ooh.
MVT Printer says Jazera completely backfired. Tati said, nope, his supporters support him so much. LOL, they made sure they casted their vote.
Listen.
Ginger said, Trump put his own foot in his mouth, and now we are praising Georgia is fire. All right, so, we're going to make this real quick with our comments because there's so much left. But, yeah, I think, honestly, the media pretty much said that, listen, Democrats are more likely to vote by mail, and Republicans are more likely to vote in person during the pandemic at that. So I feel like, it did hurt him a little bit because if you're telling your base the wrong information, they're going to follow you. And you thought something that really probably could have been to his benefit actually ended up being to his demise. And that's just that one. And that's how I feel about that.
I feel like Joe Garland says, I feel like it wouldn't have made a difference of what the ballots were. Trump would have shouted fraud as soon as I realized. I guess as soon as he realized he was losing, which is the truth. We must discuss Kanye.
So Kanye got, I don't know if y'all know, he got something like 6,500 votes, write-in votes. And that was 6,500 wasted votes, but good thing Democrats won.
I'm glad we knew better. I love Kanye, but I'm glad we knew that better.
Very good. And we're going to leave that at that, unless you got something else to say, Ness.
I feel like regardless, he gonna put up a fight because one, his pride is attacked, and he's an egotistical male. He's also a misogynist, so I think his pride is attacked. I feel like this is not in the plan with the agenda that they had moving forward, and he's just gonna do what he wants to do. But he tried his hardest to cheat and put out voter suppression. But we all caught up on game. Shout out to social media for putting that out there and making that a trend to make sure you cast your vote in your ballot where we were prepared to be standing on lines. People were there giving out food. People were there with their chairs. People were there locked, loaded, and ready to simply go and scan their Scantron in. So
Scantron, back to high school test.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, the voter suppression ain't work, bro. And it is
Right.
what it is. Like, that's what it is.
Right. All right, so let's just move on real quick. First and foremost, we got Kamala Harris in the building as the first black female, the first female vice president in America's history. They had the new trend going on, talking about me then, or where I started versus where I'm at now. Where we started was with a bunch of white men who historically have been vice presidents, and we got the one woman, and not just woman, but black woman. If we had the abilities right now to drop Clues bomb, we'd be like,
I'm
wait
trying to
for season 4.
Wow.
Me, I'm like, wait for season 4 for sound effects.
Facts.
Right.
But not only so, I discovered something today. So she broke a few barriers, right? She's the first woman, in generalization, like she's the first woman to be vice president. She's the first black woman to be vice president, and she's the first Asian American.
And just for everybody, because I know someone in the comments said Chinese, she's Indian. Her mother is Shamala Harris, or Shamala. Yeah, Shamala Harris. I think Harris is her last name. Shamala Harris from India. Her dad is from Jamaica, and she's in Jamaican too. So she's not just black; she's Caribbean. You know what I'm saying? It's just crazy. But real quick, the thing that took me out, that I loved, it gave me Obama vibes, is how Kamala Harris came out. Ness, did you see how she came out on stage and to what song she came out to? I got the clip. Let me roll the clip real quick.
Queen K.
She gave me very much so Obama vibes. Like how you come out to Mary J. Blige. That's what I'm talking about.
Please welcome the Vice President-elect of the United States of America, Kamala Harris.
Come on.
Yo, I love that she chose Mary J. Blige. You know why?
Why is that?
Because the Obamas had Beyonce, right? Mary J. Blige is literally for our parents' time. Like my mom grew up. When I grew up, my mom was blasting Mary J. Blige. Like it's a dream come true for all of them. Like not only just the millennials and under. Like this is a dream come true for every woman. I like that she got that real, because Mary J. Blige was the trillest and the realest.
Right. I agree. I love Mary J. I think she was smart for coming out to that. But what I really want to show really quickly is my favorite part of her speech. Yo, she said something very important. Joel Garland says, "In the mask, Mary J. woman in the suit combo." Oh, it's the mask, Mary J. woman in the suit combo for me. I'm done. That for real, right? But one of the things I think was so dope, right, is the fact that she came out and she really said something super powerful. And I want to play this one line, well, a couple of seconds real quick of what she said during her speech that I thought was just so powerful to women everywhere, to children everywhere, to everybody everywhere, to black men even everywhere. I was just like, I loved it. Let's take a look.
Didn't quite imagine this moment, but she believed so deeply in an America where a moment like this is possible.
Talking about her mother.
And so I'm thinking about her and about the generations of women, black women.
Okay.
Asian, white, Latina, Native American women. Who throughout our nation's history have paved the way for this moment tonight. Women who fought and sacrificed so much for equality and liberty and justice for all, including the black women who are too often overlooked.
Facts.
And so often prove they are the backbone of our democracy.
Here comes my line. I loved when she said this line.
All the women who have worked to secure and protect the right to vote for over a century. 100 years ago with the 19th Amendment, 55 years ago with the Voting Rights Act, and now in 2020 with a new generation of women in our country who cast their ballots and continue the fight for their fundamental right to vote and be heard.
Go ahead, Nash. You better clap.
Tonight I reflect on their struggle, their determination, and the strength of their vision to see what can be unburdened by what has been. And I stand on their shoulders. And what a testament it is to Joe's character that he had the audacity to break one of the most substantial barriers that exists in our country and select a woman as his vice president.
And she may be the first.
But while I may be the first woman in this office, I will not be the last.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Emotional.
Yo. Okay. Bitch. Crying on here.
This is crazy. This never happened. This is it. Like this never happened.
Yo, what did we say earlier during 2020? Even when the pandemic was hitting and Black Lives Matter was moving, we said 2020, what a year to be, what a time to be alive.
What a time to be alive, man. What a time to be alive.
And like when I say this, I want to say this more so. My bad, y'all. But when I say this, I want it to be more so. Can you hear me, Tway?
I can hear you. It doesn't sound too bad.
All right. So when I say this, I'm saying this more so to bring light to the fact that we must protect the queen at all costs, right? We need as a people to pray and put out positive intentions and great vibes for Joe and Kamala right now, because they are literally making history, and we have our first queen, America. Like, we know we got Beyonce, we got all black queens and like all noble queens, yes. But like
Michelle Obama.
Yeah, like America has like their first Queen Elizabeth type, situation. Like our first Nubian queen. We have a whole queen. And we got to just keep the prayers out and keep them going, because the most dangerous people in the land are white racist conservatives. Those are literally the most dangerous people, I would say, in the world.
And I think that racist part is a super duper important. I think that racist part is a super duper important part of that.
That's the part.
It's the racist for me. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the part. Like,
you know what I'm saying? That sounds like she running too. I'm running. I don't know. I was feeling myself this weekend. I don't know if y'all seen my reel on Instagram. Follow me, Rex on Diddy, RACKZ on Diddy on social media. I posted something, and I posted some demands that I want to see, and a few of them. I wouldn't mind running 32.
I hear that. I saw your post. I like it. You can do it.
In 2032, that's what, 12 years from now?
You can do it.
I could do that.
You can do it. So real quick though, I feel like we got a lot of black women that we need to thank for this, right? We got a lot of black women that we're talking about queens. We're talking right now. You always talk about how queens need to fix each other's crowns. I, piggyback off that and say kings need to fix each other's crowns. We got to do better at that. One of the things is that we can't really let this go all to, we got to realize Georgia was the first time, like we said already, right? Historically a red state, became a blue state. And because there was a lot of young black voters who actually voted this election, but we cannot go without noticing some of the other black women who helped us get where we are to be able to kind of accomplish the things that we did. So I just want to share this next clip real quick, right? Very quick, about just the women who really have helped and did their part really to make sure that we were able to do what we need to do and be what we want to be, or we needed to be, I should say. So here it is.
As the world waits for clarity, the one thing in all of this that is certain, Georgia, once a Republican stronghold, is now a competitive state.
There's been a demographic shift in our state. We are a more diverse state than we have been in the past several years. We're trending younger as a state.
Atlanta's mayor says she saw the change coming, and when she interviewed as a candidate to be Joe Biden's running mate, she repeatedly highlighted the shift.
I told him I thought that we could go blue, and in fact, I said it so much, someone on my team told me I should probably stop saying it to him because he'd think I was crazy. But I knew that we were trending blue in this state, and we're there.
Mayor Bottoms says the results are especially meaningful after the passing of Georgia's civil rights icon, John Lewis. A surge of voters in the county he represented helped Biden take the lead here.
I just think a lot of people just aren't putting up with what's been happening in the White House, and people want to change.
A rising star in the Democratic Party,
Stacey Abrams,
also getting credit for the shift. After losing the 2018 race for governor, Stacey Abrams used her platform to bring attention to voter suppression and mobilized voters in huge numbers. Civic engagement activists say this is the start of a much bigger trend.
This election,
so we got it. Go ahead. I'm just gonna say we got to give it up to the mayor Keisha of Atlanta, and we got to give it up to Stacey Abrams. Stacey Abrams to bring a light to voter suppression because she lost to Governor Kemp, and for Keisha doing her job to make sure that her voters were out. What you about to say, Diddy?
Stacey Abrams got 800,000 people registered to vote.
800,000 people. Because
what would have Georgia been without Stacey Abrams? Red.
Not a goddamn thing, and that's another queen. And that's what I'm saying. Yes, Kamala Harris is the queen because she's the first vice president. Michelle Obama was the first lady or black first lady, but we can't recognize Kamala Harris without recognizing Keisha, without recognizing Stacey Abrams, and just realizing that these were people that Joe Biden considered and interviewed as his VP. But Kamala was, I guess the best suited for the job. But these women literally are working on the streets, on the ground to make sure that all of this happens, bro. Like, and Georgia, real quick. Yes, Democrats have won, the election and all that stuff or whatever, but there is a battle between Mitch McConnell and another Democratic person in the Senate, and that needs to be fought in Georgia. And you have to put that Senate as well, so that pretty much the the Democrats have the Senate as well, and they kind of have a better way for power and things to do, because if they don't, then that means that it's going to be extra hard for Kamala Harris and Joe Biden to get anything passed, because the full Senate will be Republicans. So make sure you go out in January and vote again, just like you did for this. So shout outs to y'all in Georgia.
That's a whole fact. Say that, man. I don't know how you sound, Ginger. I'm just guessing.
Something like that.
So one thing, we talked about, everything going on, but Trump, I gotta bring it back to Trump, because I've never seen somebody act so much like a baby. Imagine what the DBQ questions and all these state exams are gonna be. If y'all remember DBQs, those are document-based questions.
Oh, shit.
Where they have a comic illustration. You're supposed to kind of decipher what it means and where it's from. And I've seen a couple go out there, and it's just imagine what that's going to look like, because Trump he's demanding a recount. He's filing lawsuits. Judges are reversing it. But Republicans are backing him now, saying he has his he has every right, and he knows his duty. He knows the laws. He can demand a recount. And he recently fired his defense secretary. And now something pissed me off today when I found out about his defense secretary. So he has a defense secretary who came forth and said, look, I'm not a kiss ass type of person. I'm going to do what's right for the people, right? Mm-hmm. He fired his defense secretary because he did not approve. One of the reasons why is because he did not approve of deploying military to attack the protesters. Imagine we in a land of the free, with freedom of speech, where we could protest, and the president put out the military, put out the National Guards, because that was what we was hearing, and we was having anxiety of what it would look like.
You even saw some of the National Guard here in Troy, and anyway, go ahead.
We seen them on the rifles. We seen them on the roof. We seen them chop out their tanks. And
we saw everything. Yes. Go ahead. Sorry.
We were so scared. You hit me up about going to the protest for my birthday, and I was just like, I'm gonna let you know how I'm feeling when I wake up, because I'm gonna know the vibe when I wake up. Mm-hmm. Right? But this Trump really was trying to deploy military all over the U.S. to simply attack protesters using their freedom of speech. And I'm just so grateful that his name is Mark Esper, the defense secretary, did not even abide by those. It's going to be a tough fight for him to get out, but Trump administration did say that they'll make sure that it's a seamless transition. So, let's bank on that. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's just bank on that.
I just feel like, I don't feel like it's going to be a seamless transition. Trump already said he's not going to he's just not going to turn over the power that easily. And he's being a sore loser, and we'll see we'll just see how things go.
Because he's scared to get locked up.
He is scared to be locked up. Absolutely. Because you can't be locked up when you're president of the United States. So as long as he stayed president, he stays protected. So now he's going to try to do everything he can to stay president so that he avoids being locked up. But I cannot wait to the day comes where he's locked up, because that's what happens in the United States of America. You commit a crime, you get locked up.
He lost by a landslide, bro. He got to be all right.
Got to. Let's just skip ahead real quick and just talk really quickly about what this means. So Ness, you are a woman, you are a Black woman, you are a beautiful Black woman with beautiful skin. Let's put you up close right to see your skin. Okay. The camera don't do it justice. We got the beautiful skin. Side note, I was looking at your highlights today on Instagram, and you had a highlight showing a pimple, a big ass pimple on your face. I'm like, why would she put this up here? I'm so confused when she's so skin conscious. What why is that there, Ness? Why do we want to see?
I feel like I know what you're talking about.
I know what I'm talking about. My dad. Oh yeah. Okay, yeah.
I was mocking my dad, and you could hear him in the background saying something. My parents are hilarious, by the way.
They are.
So I was mocking my dad about something because I remember. Look, at that moment, the joke was bigger than my pimple. That was a crater on my face.
It was huge.
I think the scar's like right here.
It don't matter. Thank God it's gone. It was huge. Yes.
Right? It was nuts. I don't know what the hell was happening.
It was like a planet.
And she hydrated. Ooh, I had to say it in your voice. But so I had this pimple on my face, and it was like you couldn't miss it. Even
sure
like say something, you couldn't miss it.
It's like, hey, what's up, y'all? Like that's how it was.
Steve Harvey Jane, right? It was like, and I remember like saying like, yo, like my dad's Jamaican, he know the remedy for everything. I'm like, yo, bro, like help me. What can I do for this? And he was dead serious. He looked at me, he said, put some Windex on it. You know, I get that from the movie that's the movie Windex, it don't work. Trust me, it true. My big fat Greek wedding. Yeah, man. My dad loves that fucking movie. He really told me to put Windex on my pimple, y'all. And I was just like, nah.
That sounds like Trump telling people to put bleach in for the coronavirus.
This is exactly what it sounds like.
Yo, I cannot. But the interesting thing, speaking about your Jamaican daddy, is that we got a Jamaican mommy in the vice president seat. And it's your transition.
My transition, bro.
But the thing about it is that, like I was saying, as a Black woman, as a Black woman, and knowing how you were as a child, because, you still got a lot of child in you. And I think that's what helps, keep you fun and young and giddy and all that stuff. What do you think it means for children in America to see a Black woman like Kamala Harris, who has not only is she a woman, she has 3 minority counts against her. She's a woman, she's a Black woman, she's an Indian woman. All right, so she has 3, or a South Asian woman. She has 3. What does that mean for you and kids around here?
So,
and what do you think that would mean for your kids?
Honestly, to me, I think that means, all right, for the kids, we're not talking about me. I believe that means dream big. Like anything is attainable. Like, I feel like everything feels all inclusive. I feel like kids will grow up not feeling left out. I feel like kids will grow up like, I want to be the president. I want to be an astronaut. I want to be a dancer. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they're going to think that, oh, wow, it's completely obtainable.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And the fact that once, she sees Asian American, she may not come off as Asian American to everybody, but once kids break that down, they're going to be like, that could be me. Like, they're not even going to think as deep as we are thinking from what we've seen before. They're going to be able to say, well, imagine a little girl saying, I want to be a ninja. Or I want to be a boxer. You know what I'm saying? It's bigger than just the presidency. They're going to be like, if I want to be it, I could be it, because Why can't I be it? If look at what she's doing, look at what she's doing, look at what she's doing, look at what she's doing. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what it looks like. And I feel like God bless the little kids of the land now because they got Beyonce. You know what I'm saying? They got, all these beautiful Black authors rising with these children books.
They got Ava DuVernay, for example.
They got Ava DuVernay. They got Band-Aids for their skin color. You know what I'm saying? They got things that we didn't have. And it took me a while to realize, like, this is why we never really thought that. This is why we probably didn't dream as big as we could have dreamed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So shout out to all the little kids. Like, I feel like her being president for a little kid says a little girl says I can do anything and everything.
So let's take a look.
I can be powerful and I can be strong and I can be okay. I don't gotta be delicate.
A whole fact. And I was about to say, let's take a look real quick at when she was running for president. She actually was interviewed by children. So to see their like questions and their responses was so dope. Yeah. So let's take a look.
I want to see this.
I've heard about the families that in Mexico that they get separated at the border. If you were to be president, what would you do about that?
I would stop it. Because as far as I'm concerned, you should never separate children from their parents.
So I want to be the president of the United States. Just like
Fuck, I'm talking about.
Now, why do you want to be president?
Because I'm looking up to you, and I've always looked up to President Barack Obama.
Fuck, I'm talking about.
I just wanted to say that I'll be the second or third African American president, and I've always put that dream in me.
And so it shall be.
Oh my God.
Guys from having guns.
We can't let people have guns who are not responsible. What do you think the rules should be?
You should run a test to see if they're going to be responsible with the guns or not.
That is excellent. And that's called background checks.
Well, I go to a really awesome public school in Ames, but I know that some public schools across the country are kind of struggling. Would you do anything to help?
We need to invest in our public schools because it is people like you, our young, brilliant leaders, thrive and do really well in public schools. Tell me what you're worried about.
Global warming and school shootings.
Yeah.
How are you going to help stop climate change?
By 2035, we'll have electric school buses. By 2045, we'll have a clean economy. Here's the motivation. You motivate me.
What's your plan to make America nice again?
As president, that I actually am going to always reward people for being nice.
All right, so I know that last video got you. This one got me.
Yeah.
This one got me.
Tell me why.
I feel about kids. I feel like
you staring and shit. Look at us, old ass mofos. That's what I'm talking about.
I feel about kids. Like I feel like they deserve to be heard because I feel like every generation of kids. I'm sure when we were younger, we were smarter than the older ones. I'm sure. Like,
I agree.
Every smarter, but I feel like they deserve to protect their innocence. They deserve to feel like they're heard. They deserve to feel like they can have power and they can make change. And they deserve to feel like they can bring issues to the table and that they can dream. You know what I'm saying? Like to this day, I'll be cooking my eggs in the morning. Like, how the hell did they approve of ICE to separate kids from parents? What's the problem with sending the parents back with their kids? What was stopping them from sending the parents back with their kids? You don't kick them out, kick them all out.
Right.
You gonna keep the kids locked up in cages without their mommy and daddy? And mommy and daddies without their babies? What they living for? And right about now they count up to 600 and 600. I don't want to say 666, but I think the number is 666. 666 kids with missing parents. They done lost these kids' parents. They done shipped them back to a country with no form of communication. And these kids don't have their parents.
You know what's crazy? I saw a video today that had it was of this little Hispanic girl. She couldn't have been no older than 7. I would give her somewhere between 5 and 7. And she was finally released for whatever reason from ICE to see her family, who she hasn't seen. They haven't seen in like months or even maybe up to like a year and a half or something crazy like that. And it was just a beautiful, sad ass sight to see. Like, how could you ever separate fucking parents from their children? Like, what the fuck did they do to deserve that?
Send them back with their mommy. If you really was feeling that tough, instead of like saying these immigrants are ruining the economy for the jobs for the Americans that are here, if you was feeling that real froggy, you should have sent their kids back with them. I don't get why you would put them in concentration camps.
Yeah.
But all in all, I feel like kids deserve innocence. Kids deserve to see a bigger picture because they're thinking way broader than we are. They've had technology since they was like 2 or 3 at this age. You know what I'm saying to you?
Yeah.
That's the part that got me in her gentleness. You can always tell the character of a person. Don't laugh at me, man. Shut up.
God,
shut up. You can always tell the character of a person by the way animals interact with them and by the way babies and kids interact with.
All right, I don't disagree with that. See, it's not as bad as I thought you were.
Oh, crazy. You be talking crazy, bro.
Nah, that makes sense because I feel like children and pets and animals can identify a lot of underlying emotions that sometimes we can't see and a lot of underlying energy that sometimes we can't feel. So I agree with that.
All right, cool. All right.
So moving forward real quick, we just want to add the social media moment before we start to close for the night. And we just want to ask real quick, did the Biden-Harris victory generate worry or concern for you? Or did it generate hope and faith in our democracy? All right. So did the Biden-Harris victory generate worry or concern? Or did it generate or restore hope and faith in our democracy? All right. So while we give y'all some time to kind of answer that real quick before we close out, we're going to go ahead and get some music going. Yo, can you play Black Like This?
Yeah.
What were you about to say?
Nah, let's play that. I wanted to keep it in the realm, but I just want to double check. I don't know if Black Like This got a video.
Oh, it's not like a music video, but it is like a song that you can
play
it. All right. If not, then play something else.
I'll be playing that on repeat, to be honest with you.
I feel you. But if you got something in the realm, we could, or something with
I was gonna continue the same one that y'all was feeling, the vibe y'all was feeling before.
Oh no, we gotta highlight multiple. So I'm about to say if you had a second artist and we could do that.
I did have a second artist, but he was like too turned up.
All right.
It didn't fit the means of how our conversation is going.
Got you. So in this point, all right. So again, if you're a new viewer, social media moment, you have 40 seconds to respond. We don't want 1-word answers, 2-word answers. We really want y'all to kind of explain and give us some expository writing. Like just make it explanatory, make it huge, make it of quality, and let's make it do what we do.
Right. All right. I love this song, y'all.
I love
this song. This song
it just dropped yesterday.
Crazy. This song go crazy, y'all.
Red Bull gives you.
I don't care about Red Bull.
We don't.
How many names have been burned into all our hearts over the last few years? Like many of us, I became activated. What I mean by that is when Trayvon was murdered, I discovered it was part of my purpose on this planet to make sure we had fewer names to wear like scars on our bodies.
Scars on our bodies. Mike, with all the young people who look up to you and idolize you, you have to be the difference that make the difference for our youth to understand that they can achieve anything they set out to.
30 seconds, guys.
Believe they too have a purpose. Let's teach our youngin' the right way.
Katie, run it up. Wanna know why I act like this? I'm black and I black like this. Straight chills when I rap like this. Pro-black, pro-growth, I'm an activist.
It's double, Ness.
Things will ever break me.
It is.
Work, I slave, they pay me. My chances slip, no shit.
There we go, perfect.
Pride, my pride, it made me. Wanna know why I act like this? I'm black and I black like this. Straight chills when I rap like this. Pro-black, pro-growth, I'm an activist. Work, no chains will ever break me. Work, slave, work, I slave, they pay me. Work, my chances slim, no shady. Black pride, my pride, it made me. Shifting the culture, set tone, show growth from a sculpture. They still our trends like vultures. Turn around with a shrug, cold shoulders. I know, and my past was different. but yet it's too common. In a circle surrounding, I don't think gunshots uncommon. So I move with a different voice, with a different purpose, different voice. When your voice unheard, gotta raise your voice, gotta stand up, have no choice. Protect your peace, good health. Our finances be fucked up, cause they never teach about wealth.
20 seconds, y'all, let's go.
I'm grateful for my help. My mother played mom and daddy roles, only child, but yet I rose as selfless through these selfish quotes. Straight silence when I spoke, rather be aware than woke. I tell myself I'm close. I paved this lane, we coast, but still, you know why I act like this? Why I'm black and I black like this? Straight chills when I rap like this. Pro-black, pro-growth, I'm an activist. No chains will ever break me. Slave work, I slave, they pay me. My chances slim, no shady. Black pride, my pride, it made me. Yeah. Wanna know why I act like this?
10 seconds, y'all.
Black like this. Straight chills when I rap like this. Pro-black, pro-growth, I'm an activist. No chains will ever break me. Slave work, I slave, they pay me. My chances slim, no shady. Black pride, my pride, it made me.
All right.
It's time we all come together and
I like
break
this
the
part.
cycle of killing one another.
You say you love this part?
It makes no difference if you're black or white.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, my favorite bar, I'm not gonna hold you.
Rich Dad, Poor Dad on shelf. I knew it.
That's the part. That's the one. That's the bar for me.
Mm-hmm.
When he said that, like, what?
Mm-hmm.
Every day I think about that. I thought about it this morning. Even when the song wasn't even playing in my car this morning when I even thought about that. Like, that's nuts. They really holding all the secrets from us. But
Facts. All right, let's go ahead and let's take it. How about I'm gonna start with Fatima. Fatima goes, hope, and then she continues. It says, hope that we can be respected as a nation again. Little boy Trump has made us a big joke on the world stage. That is a big deal. I agree with that. I traveled to Canada about a year and a half ago. I want to say 2018, maybe 2019, but 2018. And I met it was me and a friend of mine, or an ex-friend of mine, and I met two Canadians, and first thing they asked me about was Trump. They was like, yo, I'm so sorry. Like, they knew more about our politics than like most Americans do. And they was just like, yo, I'm so sorry that I go through that. Like, yo, as Canadians, we laugh at your presidency and we feel so bad for you. So I agree with this, Fatima. It makes 100% sense. And you're right. Now, you want to take the next one?
Yes, sir. So Ginger says, it restored my faith in our country being great again. I worry for my black sons every day. But once the white Democrats came to a forefront, my fears for my sons were calmed. I feel blessed to be a part of yet another historical change. That's a whole fact. I don't have kids, but I felt that.
And Ginger said something earlier about her being 50 years old and how dope it is for her to kind of be alive and witness it. So I talked to my dad, who's 71, I think, 70, 71, some up their age. And we had a dope ass conversation. And he was just like, yo, like, you're alive to see this. You voted in this. Like, I'm alive to see this. And I feel amazing to be alive to see it. So for us to literally be a part of history, bro, this is going to be in history books. We're going to look back at history books. I'm getting emotional again. We're going to look back at history books and be like, yo, I was there. When our kids are going through school, yo, your dad was a part of that. Your mom was a part of that. Your godfather was a part of that. Your godmother was a part of that.
I got something for you. You ready? Remember we was in the store yesterday? I was like, you know what? I'm going to just make like a collage on my wall.
Yeah,
with like
pictures and
people from back in the music movement, my favorite movies, my favorite artists, whatever it is, right?
I'm so emotional today. Jesus.
I see.
You too.
I saved one time, right? I literally saved my sign from the protest because I'm framing that. I'm putting that on my wall.
As you fucking should.
I'll put frame my picture with John Lewis. Right,
as you should.
Like fucking Grandma Ness was in the building. Doing what Grandma Ness had to do.
Yo, to make change for you.
I'm gonna frame our pictures from our protest, like, period.
Yo, part of history. All right. We want to just thank y'all for just tuning in with us, for being here with us, for rocking out with us. And just thank y'all so very much for everything. Ness, I'm gonna make this choice yours. Do you want to do or you wanna, what you wanna do?
Say, you tell me why N, Y or N. And I'm indecisive. All right, so I'm gonna say it.
Go ahead.
All right, so y'all, we're taking a quick break. Not too long, right? We love y'all to death. We're gonna go for 2 weeks because we have to figure out this analytics and our technology that we're using so we can get back, and because we're giving y'all dope ass information and we want to reach the most people that we can at a time. Since we, transition through COVID and social distancing, we got to figure out the right technology to use in order to make sure that we're engaging everyone that we can engage. You know what I'm saying? Everything is being split up right now, and it's hard to like put them all together. It's just tough. So you want to come back bigger and better. It's not too long. Y'all probably won't even miss us that much for real though. My little Uzi face. hey, you feel me? We want to make sure that we get it going right and we get it going perfect to make sure that we out here, and because we not stopping, but we just want to be resilient in this fight to make sure that we're not feeling defeated.
Facts. So just to piggyback off what Nessa said, we're gonna be taking a little break. Something like 2 to 3 weeks, nothing crazy, unless the world happens and we got to come back because we got an obligation for the culture, by the culture, to deliver all the news we got to deliver. But other than that, we want to take the time really to just get technology perfect, get some new platforms perfect, and make it work out. So we appreciate y'all. We love y'all. Joel Garland says, "What am I supposed to do next Tuesday night?" Yeah, no, I'm back though. Mm-hmm. Ginger says, I couldn't breathe with missing out on one episode. Y'all better come back soon. All right. So we appreciate y'all so very much. Again, it's just like other shows. Other shows take like a midwinter recess. You'd be watching a good show like Scandal or How to Get Away with Murder, and they leave you in this big suspense. Power, you know what I'm saying? Then they come back, and then it's like in like 6 weeks or after January, they come back and it picks back up. We're not going to take that long, but we're going to do a little break because we got to give ourselves a mental break as well, just to kind of receive all the things that's happening, absorb the things that's happening, and then also just to continue to create the best experience for you guys, which is today for a reason why we only stream to Gourmet Foreplay's Facebook and Gourmet Foreplay's Gourmet Foreplay's Facebook and Gourmet Foreplay's YouTube. Katrina says, I'm just going to call y'all next Tuesday. I cannot. So we love y'all. We appreciate y'all. What I want to say real quick is my motherfucking vice president is black. She's a woman. She's killing it. She's amazing. She's all of the things. Joe Biden does not have the perfect past, does not have the perfect past and record when it deals with black people and black Americans. But I'd rather take someone who was maybe had racist tendencies as a Democrat back in the day in the 1970s, who has transitioned and changed with the times as progressed, than someone who is racist in the present in 2020. So I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I always want to say, make sure that y'all are always staying true to yourself. Be bright, be bold, and be you, no matter what the fuck anybody says. Because who gonna check you, boo? Nobody. Nobody.
Okay.
You about to do it too? Huh? I thought we was on the same page. I'm gonna say check.
I do that all the time. That's where you got it from.
All right, relax. All right. Well, nobody closes the show better than my co-executive producer with the neck change like this. So Ness, take us out and let me know if there's anything else you want to say to the people.
Time out.
What?
What? The neck change like this?
Yeah, I was just in a moment. Let me be in a moment. Let me introduce you. You receive it, and that's it.
I know how to respond. My fault.
Just don't. Blink once for yes, two for no.
You said what?
I said don't respond. Just blink once for yes, two for no. Like,
all right. So, all right, y'all. We're gonna see y'all real soon. Back in the better, right? Mm-hmm. So you already know what time it is. We love y'all. We're glad to see y'all here. We love your interaction. Don't forget about us. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know where to be at Tuesday at 9:00. You feel me? Right. So you know what I'm saying? We got our presidents. I'm happy. It's the best of the options. It's A or B, and damn sure wasn't A. So, right?
I cannot.
But no, you know what I'm saying? Give love, spread love, receive love, repeat. Make sure y'all do that every single day, even when I don't say it every Tuesday. Make sure you give love, spread love, receive love, and repeat, please. Make the world a better place.
We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. And we are out, and we'll see y'all when we come back. Take care, y'all.